There's a joke in my family about how bad I am with tools. Okay. I mean, as soon as I pick up a screwdriver or a hammer, I start getting cold sweats because my dad had no patience with me he never said, let me show you how to scrape that off. It was always, oh, come on, you knothead. Don't you know how to sand a board? Don't you know the difference between a standard socket wrench and a metric? And I never did because nobody said, let me show you how you do this. You got to learn it. So that you're talking about something there that is, it's like water on a stone, you know? It just has an effect over time. And, in many cultures, you have to look at that and say, the more generations around that table with regularity, not just for, 3 holidays a year, the richer the lesson is going to be, the deeper, because you're going to pick up some stuff just by like an old story from the old country. My father-in-law, Dad, he was Greek but grew up in Bulgaria and had escaped the communists and whatnot, which is a fascinating story unto itself. But when he told the story about being told by his dad to take the donkey up to the mountains and get something and bring it back, knowing that there was the meanest dog on the planet Earth up there that was going to try to bite him. He came back. I think what it was is he said, take the donkey up there. And he didn't want to wrestle with the donkey. He just wanted to go up there and get it back really fast. And on the way there, this dog, nearly mauled him, scared the living daylights out of him. So when he came back down, his dad said, I told you to take the donkey. Because the donkey would scare off the dog, like that. So, that's the kind of stuff you got to pick up over time. I don't think there's a better example of a true sense of family and home and connection in moments that are not Thanksgiving or Christmas morning or a wedding or a kid. They are when you're just sitting around on a Thursday night, We don't have to live in chaos if we choose not to. And if we're only looking at the past in order for some degree of, it was so much easier back then. No, it's never been easier. Sometimes life passes in the wink of an eye. And it's like, wow, are we here already? But there's other times in that same wink of an eye, you comprehend it all. There was a story I was talking to my older brother once with he and my dad was like, why in the world do we spend a lot of money, for crying out loud? We could get electronics, make our own amplifier. We don't have to go off and pay all this much money. We hook it up to a turntable and the speakers there. We have stereo systems. So they got a kit, and I saw them working on it together, and I was kind of jealous. And I'm honestly, 40 years later, I said to say, that when you made the amplifier with Dad, I was really jealous because, oh man, I wish I would have done anything to trade places with you. My dad was so miserable as we were doing it always. You knothead, don't you know how to solder? It's like, it's a perspective of everything. But I made every mistake, you scar the kids somehow in the same exact way. And as they get older, you come back around and said, hey, can I talk about what a knothead I was with you for all those years? And said, yeah, sure, Dad. Yeah, been kind of waiting for this. Why did you unload? So but I would say at the same time, I think there was, does it come up to be 50-50 maybe? The attitude and the life that we led, the laughs, that stuff's worth its weight in, gem encrusted gold. Yeah. So.